Broad Street.
Yo! You know what time it is. It's that time. Yes, that's right, baby. Fly, Eagles, Fly podcast. Corey Alexander along with
J-Bliss is in the building.
Oh, Jay, my man. He is. He tells me he's not angry, but he looks angry. And I think he's angry because we didn't win by 30-7, I think is what I'm thinking.
Nah, man, I'm not concerned about the score. It's like a win is a win. I said we will win. We did win. I wasn't nervous. I wasn't nervous about playing the Packers, but it did upset me that we didn't perform as well as I thought we should have.
Yeah, we got it. We're going to get into that. Real fast on the top note, Rick Lovato retired. Remember I talked to you how curious it was we got rid of our long snapper?
Mm-hmm.
I guess there were whispers enough that that's why they moved on, because they thought I guess he was mulling to them that he might retire, and then he did. So Interesting. That's why we got the new thing. So, All right, we got a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about a couple of things. We're going to talk about the Jalen Phillips trade, Jair Alexander, John Mechie, a couple other things to talk about, plus some other things, some other stats I got to pull up, some Roseman things, my thoughts on the Jalen Phillips trade too, as long as with your thoughts, Mr. Bliss. And then we talk about some other interesting stats. So let's get to that. And then a very interesting Nick Sirianni stat. All right, let's get to it. Game review, Mr. J. Bliss. Let's talk about this. Quick early thought. This is odd because even after the Giants game, this might be the first game, Jay, where I looked at this team and go, this is where I'm starting to see some shades of last year, because this was the kind of game where they absolutely should have lost. The offense was, I mean, again, it was partly off our offense, partly their defense. They have a very good defense, Jay. I think you can agree with that. Green Bay's got an outstanding defense. But the fact that we couldn't do a lot of things got me nervous. But at the end of the day, when these guys pulled this together when they needed to, like they did last year to go on that 10-game win streak, now I'm starting to see that's what it is. So that is my overall first impression of this game. A lot of frustrations, but that is where I'm thinking if I have to be positive, that's where I'm going to get my positive out. So give me your overall view of the game.
7 points. Your defense gave up 7, and it took them everything to get in the end zone. I mean, it took 5 people just to get Jacobs across the goal line. So what I'm saying is this is what I've been looking for. Like, we're at week 9, week 10, and this is what I've been looking for. Don't let our defense be this good. Don't let our defense – if our defense is this good, it's going to be a problem. Because this reminded me of how we looked going into our Super Bowl run. Like you said last year, I'm talking about end of the year. I'm talking about playoffs. I'm talking about against the Chiefs.
Okay.
That defensive front, the pressure, the lack of time for the quarterback, the DBs flying over the ball, Quinyon Mitchell sticking to people like glue. Like it's like that's where I get my confidence. Where I have my problem, and we'll talk about this in detail, is we lead the league in 3 and outs. And that's a clear indication. Clear indication of Kevin Patullo.
Not first, second. We're second in the league in 3.
It don't matter. We shouldn't even be mentioned in that category, especially having a 7-2 record and being considered the best team in the NFC. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something happened to your video.
I had to get a little light on myself because I'm so handsome. I can't. Look at you, man. Look at you shining. I got to shine too.
All right.
I agree. I mean, this is all. When I say shades of last year too, you bring up another good point where our defensive front was so hungry that Chiefs game was the penultimate of wow. Look at these guys really getting after it like I've never seen. Right. And they were starting to do that in the playoffs. It was starting to pick up, right? And it just became like, boom, that was the climax.
Right.
And again, we're going to get to the Jalen Phillips trade. But, boy, I tell you, for a guy to come in and make an impression like that in his first game, wow. Yeah. And as we've talked about, this might be the Reggie White effect. Because you can't double everybody, somebody's got to get through. And there is no coincidence in my mind that Jalen Phillips, Jay, comes into this game and all of a sudden J-Bliss Hunt has the best game he's had all year.
Well, not only that,
but it was not a coincidence.
How many times did I see the last play where they got him stopped on 4th and 1? Part of it, though, is film study. The other part is LaFleur's arrogance that you can go on a shotgun on 4th and 1 against that front and think you're going to get the first down. But they blew it up. You hear a Jomo saying it's a zone read my way.
Inside zone run.
This side, right. And Jalen Carter completely blowing up the middle of the field where it had to go to the outside. And then you got Phillips and the Kobe Dean and everybody else cleaning up afterwards. And it's just like you still had a double team on Jalen Carter, and he still blew it up. And that's why I keep telling you that dude is him. He's him. The only thing that's bothering me, and I'm thinking way ahead, I'm not even thinking about playoffs or Super Bowl or anything like that. The only thing that bothers me is I know we ain't going to be able to keep Jalen Phillips. I just know we can't. There's no way.
Well, he already said he wanted to stay, but I mean, I know it's going to come down to dollars and cents. It's going to come down to dollars and cents, and you still got to pay Carter.
Feasible way.
I know you got to pay Carter. You got to pay Quinyon. You got to pay these guys. So I get it. But hold on before you get all Corey on me and all pessimistic, man.
Right.
Let me pull some J-Bliss and get optimistic. I hear what you're saying about that middle part, and that is true. But I'm still telling you, there is a difference when somebody's putting pressure on that outside that all of a sudden J-Bliss Hunt has a good game. And I don't think that was directly because of Carter and Joe. I'm sure that had a lot to do with it, but that tells me the guy on the other side is commanding attention.
Yeah, 100%.
And so that's where I think, and see, that's what they should have gotten. They should have realized is that I love Smith, but you need a guy like Phillips because you need somebody to anchor the other side where Nolan Smith and J-Bliss Hunt can just do what they do on the other side and get that kind of pressure, because I don't believe they're going to get that kind of pressure with those two on either side. I think Smith and J-Bliss can do nicely, but you're not going to do as well with Phillips on one side and Smith on the other, or Phillips on one side and Hunt on the other side. So I believe that he brings that dimension along with Carter that says, wow, we have to worry more about the defensive line than just Jalen Carter. Because you're right. Everything's about Jalen Carter, but now they got to go, ooh, we got to worry about Phillips and Carter and then forget about everybody else. And then everybody else can clean up.
Right.
And here's the thing. I get the offense is struggling, but the Eagles are just, I think, being really conservative with that play calling. Settling for a field goal here, all that kind of stuff. There were so many times, I don't know what you saw, but there was at least 3 or 4 times like, why are you running the damn ball? I get that the whole, passing thing, but there was just times where the Packers, I don't know if they really did their film study too, but they had a guy coming up every time and plugging that hole exactly when Barkley was getting that ball. He was getting absolutely no running lanes, no nothing. We were right to back where we started a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you saw, but I saw a team that, because we're so vanilla, was anticipating our snaps just as much as we were anticipating theirs.
Right. And if they don't stop that predictability, we're going to have a very short playoff run. All you need is a very disciplined and a very study-oriented defense, and we're done. They'll know every single thing that we're trying to do. Nothing will work. That 4th down play at the end of the game, that was predictable. Like, everybody knew what he was about to do.
Exactly.
It's one-on-one coverage. He know he's going to throw a fly route. We knew that's what was coming. It's no about the other 4th down that we've tried this year is give the ball to AJ. Everybody knew that's what that play was going to be.
And wouldn't have been better to show that. Get AJ way on the outside, show him as a fly, let the safety go over, and then open that middle of the field, and then just hit Goddard right in the middle. He's got to be wide open.
Or have AJ do a comeback.
Or even that. Anything different. Right. Anything different.
Right.
By the way, here's a side note to that. What did you feel about AJ's effort on that play?
I feel like he did what he was supposed to do. The throw was the safety coverage was there. Like they read it. Like they knew it was there. If it was one-on-one, there's a 50-50 ball chance for him to go get it. But with that safety over the top, there was no way he was going to get that ball.
You didn't think there was a little lack of effort, though? Just a little bit?
I don't. I felt like he knew at that point when that ball was up in the air and he saw that safety coming over the coverage. He's like, there's no way I'm going to be able to get this ball. Now, if it was one-on-one, I see him fighting, going 50-50 to go get that ball. But I don't think he pulled up. I think he knew where that ball was thrown, that there was no possible way for him to be able to go get that ball.
I also thought, the throw was short. There was no doubt about that. It was not where it needed to be.
No, and then like I said, I think it's unfair for us to try to criticize AJ when we had 4 quarters to be able to get him involved, no matter what it is. And here's the other thing. I heard an argument today that made a whole lot more sense. Like, I can't say that because somebody kept saying, why AJ ain't getting the ball? Well, defenses aren't stupid either. They rolling coverage to him too, right?
Right.
It's our job as an offense to move him around. Like, why you keep putting him in the X? Why can't he go from the slot? Why he can't go in motion and go up and out? Why can't we do all these other little things? Like they move CeeDee Lamb around in their offense. They don't always have him on the outside. As a matter of fact, he get most of his catches
on the slot, which you talked about. That's why you don't have him as number 1 receiver.
That's exactly why I don't have. But AJ, we know he a number 1. But what is the defense going to do when you do line him up in the slot and you do put Dotson and Smitty on the outside? Like what can change? What do you do when you line him up next to Goddard tight? What is the defense going to do then?
I would love to see. You know what I'd love to see? I would love to see them do 3 out, which actually would be Goddard, Dotson, and Smitty on the out. AJ's running thing, and then he settles in the backfield with Barkley. That's what I love to see. And then Barkley and AJ running out, and then you go, okay, who am I going after?
Who am I going to cover? Right. Because then you probably got, if you got that kind of coverage, you might have a linebacker on him. You might have a safety on him, which is
exactly.
Like there's a lot of different things that you can do. But, it's like people keep talking about why y'all not getting the ball to AJ or Hurts is deliberately not throwing them the ball. Like, anybody that says stuff like that, y'all just like shut up because you have no idea what you're talking about. The other thing is like, I understand where the frustration comes from. I know he is a dog. He is that dude, and he can beat a lot of people one-on-one. You know what I mean? As far as one-on-one coverage, but there's not a lot of times where he does have one-on-one coverage. And then that one play where you see him coming across the middle, they say, "Oh, Jalen could have thrown the ball right there." People always say, "Oh, he could have thrown the ball." People forget Michael Parsons was down that dude throw.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, y'all think he really gonna be able to stand there and throw the ball? He might throw it, but his knee also might get hyperextended. Then what you gonna say? Oh, he should have got rid of the ball sooner. Shut up.
If we're talking about bad plays, let's talk about 33 seconds left to go, and you're just throwing that pass. Now,
right? If
you're the head coach, are you going to kick or you're going to punt?
As well as my defense was playing, I'd punt in a minute. I'd punt.
That's what I thought.
Punt. Be like, all right, game over. Ain't no way they get on way down this field in those 37 seconds. But when you do it, when you did it, now they got a chance. They only need a play and a pass interference.
Well, here's the thing. There's 33 seconds left. You punt. You probably take off 4 or 5 seconds. It's now 28 seconds, maybe 27 seconds.
They have no timeouts.
Even if you're at the 20, even if he has a bad punt and it goes to the 20,
you got to get 50.
You got to get 60 yards, like maybe 50, 60 yards to just get a decent field goal in that wind. You saw when he hit the 64, he was still like, he was probably 3 or 4 yards. He needed to kick from, at worst, he had to kick from the 50-yard line, which would have been 60 yards out. Maybe he has a shot, but he probably needed to kick from the 45, which is 55 yards out. So right then and there, you're talking about at least 35 yards they got to get, just bare minimum. But they really should have needed like 40 or 50 to get them a better shot to tie that game.
But this is where I think Nick Sirianni's brain was. Think about, we've had 3 games this season where we sealed the game with an A.J. Brown catch.
But that's the thing, though. You told it. Everybody's seen that now.
Everybody's seen it. So everybody know that's what you're going to try. That's why I said that play is not going to work.
Right.
We did it against, I think it was Dallas. I think we did it against Kansas City. I'm trying to remember what 3 games it was, but it was basically once he caught the ball, it was like, oh, the game's over, it's sealed. The Giants. We did it against the Giants. The second game was the Giants.
So I agree that to me is, if you're going to be ballsy like that, you better have a brilliant offensive play caller to call something different that they have not seen all year.
I felt like they should have did it on a 3rd down, but then somebody made a valid argument to me too. If it's incomplete, the clock stops. I was like, you're right. Because if it's incomplete on 3rd down, the clock would have stopped.
Or how about this one, an easy one? How about a swing out to Barkley? You're going to pretty much catch that one. The clock's going to keep running. Even if he gets tackled after 2 or 3 yards, the clock is running. It was like a run play.
Right.
But the play calling on those last 4 plays was just a lot to be desired.
Yeah, because they ran the ball. They ran the ball on that last play before on 3rd down. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, it's so stupid.
Right.
But, here's the thing. The game being as close as it was, and this the one thing. It had a playoff game atmosphere to me.
Absolutely.
So I was sitting there like, yo, it's basically going to come down to who going to be able to grind it out. And when Smitty got the touchdown, it was like a sigh of relief, almost like, oh man, that's all we needed. Like that could be the game.
Right.
And you think about it like, okay, so what has Green Bay done since then? Nothing. And that's when I went into the game saying, what has Jordan Love shown me in the last 3 times we played him that make me fear him? And I have never seen anything to be like, oh man, Jordan Love get the ball at the end of the game, it's a wrap. He's never shown me that he's capable of slicing up my defense and just causing us to be look horrible out there.
I'll tell you who does. You know who does?
I'll tell you who's done that to us a number of times. And Bryce Young did it to us. Like, that's the crazy part.
Oh my God, Bryce Young did do that to us.
Bryce Young did it to us, and Jordan Love didn't. Matthew Stafford did it to us.
That's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, Matthew Stafford did it to us. But you know who I don't think can do that to us?
Jordan Love.
Not Jordan Love. Jared Goff.
Okay. All right, we'll get to that in a minute. We got our preview coming up. So the Eagles defense, let's talk about that a little bit more. We have to remind ourselves, Jay. What do we have to remind ourselves about this defense?
Listen, it's
no, but real simple. What do we have to remind ourselves about this defense?
They're the youngest defense in the league.
Boom. See, ladies and gentlemen, see how we just mind melt? It's just so easy. It's just so easy. We are the youngest defense. So when you think about this, ladies and gentlemen, that's the biggest thing that's got to stick out, is that even if they're making some faults, it's like you're talking about a young defense that needs to learn this defense. So that's the biggest thing we got to always keep in mind. So this defense held the Packers to 261 yards, 7 points, and it made life miserable, as you talked about, to Jordan Love. He was 20 of 36, 176 yards, no completions longer than 25 yards. That's the biggest thing to me. That's a Vic Fangio defense.
Nothing over the top.
Jalen Phillips was a tremendous. J.Alex Hunt, as I said, I think he had the best game of the year. Zach Baum was his usual pro self. Nakobe Dean is really, really playing well. Yeah. Your boyfriend, Adoree Jackson, didn't really hear his name much.
Because they had a defensive front this time. He didn't have, 4 seconds.
The only time I really thought that there was one guy that was really well ahead of him. It was a 13-yard pass, and Adoree Jackson was well behind. I think that was the only one that was egregious, where you're like, it could have been a little closer. But other than that, he was all right.
Yeah.
I think they really want Adoree to win that thing, even though they put Keeley out there and he's a draft pick. I think they just think that Jackson's probably got the smarts. He's just got to show up. Mm-hmm. All right. So we are 20 past the hour. So you know what time it is.
Yeah.
We got to get to, ladies and gentlemen, we have our usual lineup of 4 points, game ball, drama queen, grades. And this is where we're going to get into it. So let's start with our 4 points tonight. And you're going to go, as always, I bow to the razor. I check to the razor, Mr. J-Bliss. Why don't you give me your first 4 point?
We need better offensive consistency.
Oh, amen.
Yeah.
And we talked about that. And we'll get probably even to more of that too. But that is so true that it's after a week after you really came into yourselves to lay that kind of an egg. Again, we got to give props, as you always remind me too. Hey, other guys get paid in the NFL too.
Yeah.
And Micah Parsons, although he was invisible all game, he's not invisible. He's like your Jalen Carter, where he's doing things we don't even see. I mean, he's putting pressure, he's doing this and that. So you got a defensive front in Green Bay that did really a nice job of just at least putting a little pressure. But that's a tough defense overall. And I love their linebackers, by the way. Even though I love Marin, I love their linebackers. They are so good. Walker and Cooper. Would love to have those guys. My first one point was find a way to win. And that's what this team has done. I told you, and that's what's reminded me of last year. So that was a good sign if I had to find a positive 4 point. All right, number 2 for you.
Defense looks better due to the D-line. The D-line changed everything. I mean,
you're right. You just said it with Adoree Jackson. It made even him look good.
It changed everything. It changed absolutely everything. I mean, now I'm nitpicking. I'm like, why is Blankenship not over a little bit further? Like, I'm saying stuff like that now. Before, you know what I mean? Why is the Gene holding? You know, like it was like I'm on stuff like that. You know what I mean? But ultimately, like, we just did our thing, man. We was everywhere. You know what I mean?
As a side thing, I thought Blankenship had one of his better games overall. I thought DeJean had a very uneven game. He was sometimes great, sometimes bad.
He did. And then, like, you know, then I start questioning the fact of Jahad Campbell being in certain pass coverages, like when he got beat on that pass. And I'm like, hey, man, you know, maybe he shouldn't have been on that play. You know what I mean? But, you know, that's nitpicky. You know, I'm being nitpicky, but that's a good thing.
And I think that's also Vic trying to find the right combo.
Yeah.
And Vic needs some time, too, because Vic is still like, I got to see who I can use and when I can use them.
Yeah.
My number 2 was play calling again is concern. I think we talked about that again. It's just it's a big time concern again, and that's not something you want going into the second half of the year. This should have been worked out well before now, but it's not. All right, number 3 for you.
Running game needs help.
The running game needs
It's just the consistency of the run. Like you know, we had Bigsby in, we had Saquon in, we had Shipley in. But nobody got those yards that we needed. Nobody got that 8-yard run to start on first down and get us at 2nd and 2 where we could take the deep shot and things of that nature.
And this was my frustration with the run game. How many times did you see them in the backfield when they were getting a handoff? I mean, it's not even where like, okay, they picked the wrong hole. They can't even get to the hole because these guys are penetrating too quick. Our run game is atrocious right now. Again.
Yeah. And then we had the first design run for Jalen Hurts and he fumbled.
Right.
Which is crazy. And it was a good play. He had a great block, good yards, everything. And if you start adding that element, it's like, man, how are we gonna stop these dudes?
Yeah, that was a perfect play call. It's just unfortunate because as I told you, one of my favorite linebackers, that guy Cooper, made an absolutely great play.
Yep.
My number 3 was the defense might be back. I still think they're going to need a couple of more games to really cinch it up, but I think this defense might be back to where we're saying this is a top 5 defense. This could bring us to the Super Bowl. All right, number 4 for you.
Grinding out a close game. Like I said, like we needed to have one of these games this season. Like we hadn't had one yet. I mean, we did kind of grind out the first game against Dallas. You know, that did come down to the end, and we did, you know, grind it out. CD dropped that pass. But we needed one of these. Like, this was a straight defensive battle, and we showed where we can make the play we needed to.
I think that's the biggest thing you just pointed up there is we have now shown to ourselves, which I don't think the Eagles need to prove anybody else. It's like we need to show to ourselves, if we get into offensive lockup, can we actually do this? Because so far in the beginning of the year, they were not even that good. There's no way they're going to be able to hold up like that.
You know what game this reminds me of? And I know you're going to remember this game too. It reminds me of the year when we got T.O. and we played Baltimore.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it only took one touchdown for us to say, all right, we're going to win this game. But that defense was like the top defense in the league.
Big time.
We still found a way to score a touchdown. Not only score a touchdown, get T.O. the ball to score a touchdown.
We grinded all the way down to about the 6. Remember, he threw a little out to him, and T.O. slipped. And he still got in that end zone. And then, of course, you did the
Ray Lewis dance, right? Yeah. But that's what that reminded me of yesterday.
I think that's a good call. I think that's a very good parallel. I like that one.
Yeah.
My last one was the rushing offense we talked about is just it's in the toilet. So there you go.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get to our game balls. Let's do a little offense defense. If we will, because we always do one game ball, but I think we can in this game. I think we can do a little bit of both because there were some standouts. I thought.
Yeah. For me, the game ball goes to Jalen Phillips.
Jalen Phillips. Okay.
Yeah.
I had to give a little love. I gave it the same thing with Phillips, but I had to give a little love to Smitty because that guy gets I mean, just like Brandon Mann, who we'll also talk about, finally had a Shankosaurus.
Yes.
But I thought that guy Smitty took a hometown discount to stay here.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he's so glad that he did because he won a Super Bowl. And now he's a Heisman Trophy winner, an NCAA champion, and a Super Bowl champion. I mean, that's what I mean. Listen, $25 million, you're going to be fine. With $25 million a year, you and your family are going to be fine. And if you like where you are and you want to do your thing and you're like, yeah, I can live with $25 million. I'm okay. And I want to be on a winner. Like you were saying, OHA, you want to go to the Giants? Go ahead. You want to go to the Browns? Go ahead. Enjoy yourself.
Knock yourself out. Yep.
Get your 1,400 yards. And by the way, good luck enjoying your 2-15 season.
Yep.
So I like Smitty a lot. I just really think he deserves a game ball along with Phillips. I just thought he really played a heck of a game. And that guy, every time, Jay, shows up.
Yeah.
His routes, his hands. I don't remember seeing that guy ever drop a pass when it counts. I've seen him drop a pass here or there, but when it counts, which one? Which one did he drop?
Watching the game last year. We were supposed to close that one out. He dropped it.
Oh, the one time. All right, one time.
I was like,
right, against that, and he's and ladies and gentlemen, he's referring to that horrendous Washington game that we did have a chance to steal that game. All right, so one time for Smitty. I'm still buying that guy a beer.
Just saying, I'm keeping you honest, man.
Dude, I think we switch roles tonight. He's an asshole, and I'm being a nice guy.
Smitty the man, though. He the man.
All right, who's your drama queen this week?
Deron Payne.
Oh man, you're right.
What are you doing,
my God,
bro! Like y'all getting beat down. Like you don't think Detroit wanted some get back for y'all embarrassing them in their home and kicking them out of the playoffs and messing up their chance to go to the NFC Championship game? Like they knew they wanted payback. They knew that this was going to be the game that they was going to come in and try to show their ass. Y'all already down people. They balling out on y'all. What y'all expect? Y'all down people. And now you going to get mad and swing at the dude for what? You swinging at a receiver too. Come on, dude.
I know. You're 300 pounds swinging at a guy who's
swinging at a small dude.
He's a $190.
Your own size, man.
That's unbelievable. It is so cowardly. And there's a lot of talk about this week about the Washington team that they're back to their old ways. And I think so too.
Yeah.
You're talking about a team that's absolutely starting to crumble internally.
Yeah, and I'll say that I talked to a friend of mine who's a Washington fan, and this is the conundrum that they're in because they screwed this up royally. Right. Jaden Daniels was on a rookie contract. He had his first year. They balled out, went to the NFC Championship game. Damn, that's huge. They stayed old,
right?
They didn't get rid of their dead money, right? Which they should have did, and loaded up in free agency with pure talent on this rookie deal. They've seen it happen 2 times in their own division where a quarterback in their second year got to the Super Bowl under a rookie deal. Did it with Wentz, did it with Hurts. And you load up with talent around a quarterback under their rookie deal. Right. Now this man is hurt. He's going into his 3rd year next year, right?
Right.
And you're stuck because now you got to see if he's still going to be healthy. By the time he gets good enough, he's going to be in his 4th year. You got to pay him his option and get him paid. Now you don't have the money.
Well, he's out an issue because that's for the first thing that, and how he made some mistakes this offseason as he knows it. But I mean, it was minor compared to the wins that he has. But when he tried it, this is the thing. The same thing Washington did this year, the Eagles did in 2018 when they won the Super Bowl, but they ran it back with old people.
Yeah, they stayed old. And then
Howie Long
come back and bite you.
I mean, Chris Long, not Howie Long. Chris Long.
Yeah.
A couple of old guys. And they missed like the guy who went their slot guy, the guy who had the pick, stuff that he went to New Orleans.
Oh,
Patrick Robinson. Like he did terrible in New Orleans, but if he stayed there, he might have been. But there were certain things that they picked to choose to stay. They probably should have quit to go.
Yeah.
So that was a big thing. So, I think Washington's back to their shitty ways, and Dan Quinn is looking bad right now.
Yeah, I mean, they shouldn't have paid McLaurin. They should have just let McLaurin go. They should have went and got a younger guy, paid them more money.
And McLaurin's been injured like the whole year.
Older guy. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, you gotta let the old guy, like y'all had y'all run. But now this is Jaden Daniels' team. And what y'all should have did was y'all should have went and got a young running back, kind of like Jackson Dart had Scatterbo. Got him a younger running back, young quarterback, get you a young receiver. There's your triple threat on the offense, right? Fill it up with some veterans, but not old veterans, just some serviceable guys that's somewhat young, and get your defense young. Y'all walking around with Wagner and old dudes like y'all got it. That is not going to work. These dudes get paid. First of all, if you've been in the league that long, you want money.
Yeah.
You get the young dude that's on a rookie contract or somebody that's trying to want a prove it deal 1 year before they're up for a new contract. They're gonna ball out for you.
All right, I picked the other team in the NFC East, the Giants, as the drama queen.
Oh man,
dude, I called it. You know it. What did I say on Sunday?
You did.
What did I say?
You said Dable was gonna get fired.
Yeah, the next day. Day, I said he's done, and I called it. You were skeptical because you said, "Oh, the quarterback had a concussion." But here's the thing: to me, the biggest thing is that the team looked like they were already getting disinterested in Dable. That's what I saw too. I thought they were going to let him play it out for the year, but when they lost that game, like I knew if they won that game, he'd probably still get fired at the end of the year. But when he lost that game and they lost their 10-point lead with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, I'm like, they've quit on his guy. They've quit on this guy. You got to get rid of him. And the other reason that the Giants, to me, are in this drama queen is because, all right, look, you kept Daniel Jones and you got rid of Saquon. That was obviously the dumb idea.
Right.
Now you're getting rid of Dable, but you're keeping Schoen? Like, does that make any sense to you whatsoever?
No. I mean, but, listen, it's only beneficial to us.
I know, but taking it from like this point of view of not being an Eagles fan, I mean, does that make any sense? Like, why would you keep a guy that makes horrendous decisions?
But you know what, though? I look at it, there's two sides of this, right?
Right.
What's made us a better team than most in the NFC East? It's been our consistency, right?
The GM and the owner?
They listen. There was years ago we wanted Howie out of here, right?
Oh, of course.
We wanted Howie out of here, right? Some people didn't even care that Chip Kelly took over his spot. They didn't even care. They was like, so we ain't been doing good in the draft anyway, right? And Jeffrey Lurie is like, look, man, I trust this guy. I believe in this guy, and this is what I'm sticking with. Do the mistakes and everything. And we can talk about the Justin Jefferson thing all day. Jalen Reagor, we can talk about that all day. Aguilar, we can talk about that all day, right? The consistency is what got us the Super Bowl. The fact that we went and ran it back after the Super Bowl and it failed and he still fixed it, came back, got to the Super Bowl, lost, tried to run it back again, failed, fixed it again, got back to the Super Bowl and won it. Like, but if we like anybody else, we're like, man, you messing up too much. You got to go, right? We'll do it with coaches, though. We'll do it with coaches. We'll do it with quarterbacks. But you got to – I think the Giants are in a situation where they're like, we can't keep changing everything.
Right.
They get tired of changing everything. So maybe they just stick with Sean or Sheen or however you say his last name. You just stick with him. And you say, you know what, man? This is yours. You're gonna have to fix it, and maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Who's the GM for the Lions?
Oh, I forget the guy's name, but he's a good one too.
I mean, that's gonna come from consistency,
right?
He's not going anywhere, right? What if Sean leaves and goes somewhere else and does the right thing? You know what I mean? It's like that's how I kind of feel like some people you have to stick with something. You have to stick with the GM, stick with the coach. I mean, Cleveland, I don't know. It's Cleveland, you just need to get rid of everybody. Like you need to just go ahead and
get rid of ownership, man.
You get rid of everybody.
I just don't understand like the drama with that Giants. It's just horrendous. I do like Kafka. I don't know if he's gonna make a good coach, but he's a good offensive coordinator. You got to remember too, he had different quarterbacks this year. He lost Malik Neighbors, so nothing on offensively is their fault. And the way they treated the Eagles that one game. I mean, I know it was one game and we weren't on our game, but that shows you the guy's creative. He had a bunch of different stuff that he did with very average receivers. They were beating us.
Here's a good question for you. Would you would you take Dable as your offensive coordinator over Kevin Patullo?
In a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. Dude, Dable crushed it with Josh Allen. I trust his offensive line.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, yo, man, like we maybe make a phone call. Like, hey, man, you trying to win Super Bowl? Like, yo, like
you have a collect call from the Philadelphia Eagles. I'll accept all charges.
Saquon Barkley, like, cause Saquon, like, what's going on, man? Like, what's up, baby? Like,
dude, you don't think Dable would take a bullet train to Philadelphia if he got a call?
What? He'd be like, could we play him again this year? Like, nah, we don't play him no more. Like, oh, my bad. Like,
he's like, I don't care. I'll still join your team. I'll join as a consultant.
I know.
So yeah, the way that Dable handled Josh Allen in that offense, I think he would be perfect for this offense.
Listen, man. I mean, I tell you one thing. I tell you what won't happen this year, if and when we get to the Super Bowl. I bet you Patullo will be getting no interviews for no head coaching jobs.
The one thing we can be happy about: Vic ain't going where, Patullo ain't going anywhere, and
Patullo ain't going nowhere. If he go anywhere, he gonna be going out the door. He won't be going to other team doing anything.
He's going to be filling out an application at Starbucks is what he's going to be doing. He's going to try for a union contract.
Right.
All right, let's get to our grades and let's go deeper into the game before we get into our Lions preview. Give me your grades, offense, defense, special teams, coaching.
Offense, like I gave a C.
Okay.
Defense, I gave an A. Special teams, I gave a B. And then coaching, I gave a C. And then C is really more offense than it is defense. Like defense basically gave us an A, but the offense was so bad, I left it at a C.
Yeah, so that's why I have offense as a C minus.
Yeah,
I have the defense as an A plus. I have the special teams as a B plus, and I have the coaching B plus because I had the defense as A plus. I had the offense as a C. So I said the average is out to about a B plus. So
yeah. It's like as good as the defense did, I think the bad offense overshadowed how good the defense was.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, at the end of the day, I'm like, you guys at least needed to score 20 points. Like, come on, man.
I know, and of course, you know what I love seeing, and it doesn't surprise me, is all of the replays that every time they show that when they missed that field goal, how much Barkley was excited. You're like, okay, Barkley didn't do anything. He doesn't care. As long as he's winning, he don't care.
We don't give a damn. But here's the thing: if Jalen Hurts doesn't fumble that football, I think we score a touchdown that drive too.
That could have changed the game. That could have absolutely changed the game. But that's why you have these kind of games. And you're right. That was a Baltimore Raven game where it's like, we know we can grind it out now.
Yeah, 100%.
So here's some things I'll throw at you. I think, Jalen had his decent game, but he had some shaky moments. He struggled to see the field again, which is always a concern. Like he overthrew an open Grand Calcaterra. Can't do that. That's one of those where you've seen a couple of times where he throws short, Jay, which I'm okay with because he's like, that was what I think Troy Aikman said that last night. The number one rule as a quarterback, you don't overthrow a wide open receiver. If you underthrow him or you sort of hold him up a little bit, but you just don't overthrow that.
Right.
You only overthrow a guy who's covered who might be able to get it. That's when you overthrow it.
Right.
So I got a little nervous that he had Grand Cowtown down the seam route and he completely missed him. That was a bit of a bummer. Saquon Barkley rushed 60 yards on 22 carries. He did have that great catch and spin move. That's just classic Barkley. So there's another thing too where you underappreciate Barkley because he can do other things. Like, why don't we run more screen games when you know he can do things like that?
Right.
I mean, if you can throw a screen at to him, what's that?
That spin was crazy.
That was nuts. I mean, if you know he can do that, even with blockers, if you throw a screen pass with blockers, dude, he's going to get 20, 30 yards by accident.
Yeah.
They need to call Andy Reid.
But he did have a couple screens thrown at him, and he did slip and fall. So
yeah, I know.
Yeah, it wasn't like they wasn't trying. Yeah,
ain't his fault they got a shitty field. Bigsby and Shipley didn't do anything. I mean, Shipley did have that one nice catch, which was great, and I think they need to use him a little bit more on the throw game.
Yeah.
But Bigsby, it wasn't his fault. I mean, again, like people were just on him before he could even get his feet going. They were on him.
Yeah.
Obviously, Brown and Devontae, we talked about. Smith's route on the 16-yard out pass was unbelievably delicious.
Yeah.
Boom, boom. I mean, right there on the sideline, delicious. Yeah. Brown did take an illegal shift penalty. And here's the other thing, though. I get it. I mean, there's all these kind of things, but this is what Patul have a problem with. Dude, you realize he had 3 passes, 3 targets all game. 3.
Yeah.
Can't happen. Can't happen.
It can't. But then, like I said, you can't go into the next game and try to overdo it either.
Right. But you just can't do it. You can't settle with 3. There's got to be ways that you can have a Brian Dable come in here and go, you know what? I'm putting him in the slot. I'm putting him outside. I'm putting him in the backfield. Like A.J. Brown in the backfield. What's your first thought, Jay? I'm like, as a defensive, as a little mind, I'm like, what the hell is that?
Hand that ball off to him? Like,
yeah. And even if he's a decoy, then just screw with their heads. Do something different.
Yeah, right.
I thought it was very weird. Dallas Goedert had 4 passes, 43 yards. I thought that was the quietest game he had because I don't even remember him catching passes.
Yeah, I do.
He had a 22-yard catch over the middle, but he was a very quiet 4 passes for 43 yards. So, yeah. And he did draw a pass interference penalty, which I can't believe people are like, oh, I don't know about that. Are you kidding me? He dragged him down.
Yep.
Eagles managed to hold Micah Parsons without a sack, so I thought the offensive line did pretty well. The edge rushers had some pressures. There was an early one matchup inside versus the right guard, Tyler Steen. Mm-hmm. But the tackles kept it from being a game wrecker, so I thought it was great. Brett Toth, I thought, did okay. He had his moments, but there were some bad moments too. He had a holding penalty. Remember that big run by Barkley?
Yeah.
That holding penalty killed me.
Yeah.
I thought Jordan Mailata had a little bit of a rough start. He had 2 false starts in the first half. I thought that was bad. He killed that. Could have killed those drives. And he also slipped on that one thing. Did you see that where he slipped on the block that would have broken Barkley for another 5-10 yards, but he slipped right in front of him and Barkley ran into him?
Yep.
So he had a bad first half for sure. On the defensive side, some things I saw, again, Jalen Phillips, what a debut. A sack, a fumble recovery, 4 pressures. It was unbelievable. And then outside, I thought Nolan Smith had a nice little game. He's credited with a sack.
Yeah.
He's pressured off the edge. I thought he had a very nice game. Carter, your boy, batted 2 passes. Yep. He ain't going to get there. I wonder what you thought was. I thought that Jalen Carter had a really good first half and a little bit of a third, but I thought he kind of ran out of gas a little bit towards the end.
No, I think he did enough. I think I don't know if he ran out of gas. I mean, because he especially blew it up on that 4th and 1 play. So
on the one play, but I thought other places where he just wasn't really showing a lot of pressure, a lot of push.
Well,
3rd quarter, 4th quarter-ish. I mean, that's what it looked like to me. I was trying to key on him a little bit, and it just looked like there wasn't a lot of push from him for, maybe he's a little out of gas or something like that.
Maybe. I just think I don't know. I think Jalen Carter is undervalued. I really do. But I know how he's gonna pay that man. So I mean, he'll be fine.
Yep. Jomo did more than call that play. He also helped force a run loss in the 2nd quarter. Jordan Davis had a bunch of run stops. Brandon Graham had a couple of pressures. I mean, he didn't do much of anything, but he had a couple of pressures, and he did have a run stop too. So good for him. Yep. Kobe Dean is just playing great. He kept Josh Jacobs, I think, in check. Everything he did. He green dog blitzed a lot. Credit with the strip sack. The guy when he was like, ooh, and his mush rush blitz contained the Packers quarterback and resulted in a Smith sack. So he was great. And Zach Baum was just great. Jihad Campbell did line up in some base personnel downs. Mm-hmm. He looks like he got sealed off on Jacobs' 11-yard run, which is not good. His pass interference on the 4th quarter and wheel resulted in a 20-yard gain.
Yeah.
So he's learning. He's still learning, but, Jacobs carried the rookie and other Eagles into the end zone. So I think, he's just got to get better with certain things. Ajori Jackson, again, he got stiff-armed on Jacobs' catch and run on the first down, like on an opening drive. But other than that, he wasn't terrible, which was good. Quignon had great coverage, as we talked about. Cooper DeJean didn't have his best game. He trailed Watson on that 20-yard completion in the 3rd quarter after he committed a holding penalty that was declined. So it was like a double bad play. But, again, he was up and down. We didn't see Jair Alexander because he stayed home. Michael Carter didn't play much at all. Jacorian Bennett was still inactive. So I think this game, because of all the receivers that they have, I think they were saving Jair and Michael Carter and Jacorian Bennett for this Detroit game. What are your thoughts?
Jair's not playing. He's done. He retired.
Jair Alexander today?
Yeah. Didn't you see the text I sent you?
Oh, no, I didn't see it. I was at the gym.
Yeah, Jair Alexander is gone.
Oh, wow.
So we were talking before the podcast.
What happens with the trade? Do we get our money back?
We're trying to figure out whether we get our conversation back. But Jair Alexander, if anybody's paying attention, says today that he's decided to focus on his health. And apparently I think his knee might be a bigger issue than what we thought, or it might be some mental stuff going on. So yeah. Yeah.
Maybe that's why he was playing so badly. Maybe that's why they sat him. They knew something and they didn't tell us. That's dirty pool.
Yeah.
That's dirty pool, man.
Yeah. So Jair is done.
Okay. Didn't see that. All right. So that's another reason why he didn't travel.
Yeah.
I think they're saving Michael Carter and Jacorian Bennett for this game. I think they're going to be saving that for those guys for this game. I think Bennett comes back this game.
Yeah.
Makuba had a quiet night. I think he did all right. I didn't think he did anything good or bad. It just Makuba was just
he had a good breakup. He had a good breakup in the down back into the field. So yeah, he did a couple of things.
Yeah, he was in, but Love was forced to throw in the middle of the field. He completed a 20-yard pass to Watson ahead of a late arriving safety. So on that drive, so he was like maybe one bad play.
Yeah,
Blankenship had one of his better games. He had 7 tackles, a forced fumble recovery, helped throw out that 4th down pass in the 3rd quarter. So it's good. Special teams, Jake Elliott, 39 field goal, which was great. First points of the game. Brandon Mann, 39 yards. That was his worst of the year, but he did flip the field on that 66-yard punt in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah.
Woo! That was a beaut. He then shanked one for 31 yards. That was bad.
Hippopotamus, man. I think that's the one that led to the touchdown. Hey, man, you got to cut that out, man. We're supposed to have a shutout that game.
Yep. Keely Ringo had that bad holding penalty. Why are you holding as the kickoff people? You're punting and you're holding somebody? I can't even imagine.
Hey, man, listen.
It didn't look, by the way, like he really held him. He kind of just.
I know. I think it was a bad call. Right. But I also will say that at least we're not having as many false starts and dumb penalties that's causing us like to be 2nd and 14. So we at least cut down on some of those. I mean, I know we're not going to go mistake free. So I can deal with these little ones right now.
Yeah, because Malade said it was offside twice. He false started twice. So I thought Xavier Gibson had a nice little second straight game. He had a 18-yard return, 15 yards on 2 returns. So I think he's looking all right.
Yep.
Coaching we talked about. You got to do better, blah, blah, blah. All right, let's get to the Eagles stats real fast before we get into our top 5 of the NFL. Eagles offense went from 23rd overall to 23rd overall. Indiana is still number 1 overall offense. Eagles went from 25th in passing to 25th in passing. Yeah. San Francisco is still the best passing offense. We went from 19th in rushing. We're now 21st in rushing. Buffalo is number 1 in rushing. And then we went from 9th in scoring to 12th in scoring. We're at 24 points per game. Indiana's at 32. Eagles defense went from 20th to 18th. Not bad. Houston's number 1 at 261. We went from 18th in passing to 14th. Atlanta's number 1 in passing. We went from 19th in rushing to 19th. New England's number 1. And last but not least, Eagles defensive scoring. We went from 18th to 10th. Woo, that's a doozy right there. When you hold somebody to 7 points, man, that's a doozy.
Yep.
We're still allowing 21 points a game, though, so I'd like to see that a little bit better. Houston's still number 1 at 17 points per game. All right, so a couple of weeks ago when we last saw you, ESPN had Colts, Lions, Eagles, Bills, Bucks. NFL had Lions, Colts, Chiefs, Packers, Eagles. That was a couple of weeks ago. What was your top 5 a couple of weeks ago? Give it to me.
Colts, Eagles, Chiefs, Lions, Broncos.
And I had the Colts, Eagles, Lions, Chiefs, Bills. Now, let's get to this week top 5. Give me your number 5 this week.
Rams.
The Rams. Okay. I went Seattle as number 5. Number 4 for you.
Well, they play each other soon, right?
I know. They played this week.
Okay, we'll find out who's
right.
right.
It's going to be beautiful.
We'll find out who's right.
All right, so I have Seattle at 5.
Number 4, I have Denver.
Denver. Oh, interesting. I don't even have Denver in my top 5, man. Didn't like it.
What a shame.
Yeah, it's no good. I got Rams number 4, baby. Rams are just I like Stafford, man. That guy can ball, man. Love that guy.
Okay.
Number 3 for you.
The Colts.
Colts. Wow, Colts at 3. I have the Patriots at 3. I think they are coming on, man. I like that group too. I like Vrabel. I like that guy as a coach, and he has put together a hell of a team.
The Colts struggled against Atlanta, man.
Yeah, but they won. That's a sign of a winner.
They struggle.
That's a sign of a winner.
Struggle.
Give me your number 2.
Patriots.
Patriots at 2. Okay, I got my Birds at 2.
You bugging, dude. You bugging.
They ain't number 1 yet, man.
All right, they've been number 1 in my book.
Number 1 for you, of course.
Of course, the Philadelphia Eagles.
They could be 0-15. Like they're number 1, man. They're the best
Philadelphia Eagles, baby.
Number 1. I got the Colts for number 1. I really like that. I think they're valid, man. They got a running offense. They can run. They got defense. It's a solid group overall. ESPN has Eagles, Rams, Colts, Patriots, Seahawks. Yeah, Eagles number 1. NFL.com has Seahawks, Rams, Colts, Eagles, Lions.
Seahawks? They got a Seahawks number 1? That's stupid.
That is dumb. I believe it. I agree. It's dumb. Stephen A. Smith has the Eagles at 6. I'm like, are you kidding me?
He's dumb too. He's
dumb. CBS Sports, it's weird. They went from 11th a couple weeks ago to 4th. That was interesting. Remember how good they're going a couple weeks ago, and they had them at 11th. USA Today, 8th to 5th. SI, man. SI just does not like us. They went from 9th to 7th. Really?
Don't worry about it. Guess who's going to be on the front cover of Sports Illustrated before the end of the season?
Me!
The Eagles, baby.
Me! I'm the ultimate weapon, baby.
The Eagles. That's what.
I'm the ultimate slob.
Yeah.
Yahoo is first. Yahoo has Eagles first, and Athletic has Eagles as first.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to our Eagles-Lions preview. Now, let me run it down, ladies and gentlemen, for you. Right now, Philly's favored by a little bit because they're playing at home.
They should be a 3-point favorite right now.
Yeah, and remember, if the Eagles are 3 points favorite, that means it's even because
it's basically
the home team always gets 3 points as it is. Yeah. So if you're up by 4 or 5, it means you're going to win. But 3 means the people have no clue who's going to win. Let me break it down for you with this team. By the way, we still have trivia coming up, so keep your ears peeled. The Lions I got to say, Lions across the league are one of the most balanced teams in the entire league. So in their offense, they're 6 overall in offense, 10 in pass, 6 in run. That's pretty well balanced. On defense, they're 7th, and they're 12th in pass, 8th in run. So you talk about a well-balanced offense and defense, a team just in general, offense and defensively, and within that offense and defense, they're balanced. I mean, it's not like the run is like 2 and the pass is 20 or like vice versa with the defense. Everything is right where it is. So this is going to be a tough team, man. This is going to be a tough day. And you and I talked that one of these would be a loss, either the Packers or the Lions. So what are you saying now?
I'm not scared of them. And the reason why, this is why I know they have an offense. But if we tackle, the only way they beat us is if we're not tackling.
Okay.
Because I know they utilize the entire field. Their playbook is everything is space driven. So Amon-Ra St. Brown in space, Gibbs in space, Montgomery in space, Laporta in space. Everybody is an option, right? Yeah. And they have weapons. In every part of their offense, they have weapons. But if we're tackling and we're causing 3rd and longs, I like our chances with our defense against Jared Goff. The thing that makes me confident is that the Lions have came up short in big spots. They lost to Green Bay.
Yep.
They lost to the Chiefs.
Yep.
Who else did they lose? Did they lose to the Browns? No, it wasn't the Browns.
Hold on, I'll tell you right now.
Yeah, they lost. They lose in big spot. Didn't they lose? Wait a minute. So Green Bay, Detroit lost to Minnesota.
That's right.
I'm not worried about no damn Lions, man. I know this is their Super Bowl. They want to find out where they lie, where they.
The Lions lost to the Packers opening day.
Yes. They lost to the Chiefs.
Then they lost to the Chiefs pretty badly at the Chiefs.
And they lost to Minnesota.
And they lost to the Vikings, very close loss at home to the Vikings. So that
they lost to J.J. McCarthy. Okay.
So yeah, that was rough. But then here's the thing. Going back to this, so these two teams have not met since when?
They haven't met since 2023. Further back, 2022.
Correct. And what was it? Was what?
They beat us.
No.
You sure?
2022 when we last met. It was the opening day. It was opening week, and we were at the Lions.
Yeah, we won that game. Yeah.
Remember, we were way up, and they came back on us.
Yeah.
We barely snuck out with a 38-35 win. We barely got out of there. They came all the way back. We were up like.
Oh, you're right, because we supposed to play them. That's right. We have been supposed to play them since our San Francisco days.
Correct.
San Francisco was that team. Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. Yes. So yes, the Lions. Okay.
So the Lions are coming off their win over Washington. We're coming over our win over the Packers. And Jay just broke down some of the players. I mean, you got Goff, whether you believe in him or not. Goff is the second best rated passer in all of football.
So he plays the Eagles defense. So go ahead.
He's the second best rater at 117. He's got 20 touchdowns, 3 picks. Very similar to Jalen Hurts, because Hurts is 16-3, I believe.
No, he only had no 3 picks.
A 2 pick or 1 pick. Is it 1 pick?
1 pick, man.
All right, 16-1. Sorry. Gibbs is the 8th leading rusher in the NFL, which is crazy because Montgomery is the 23rd leading rusher in the NFL. So you got 2 backs in the top 25 in the entire NFL. That is something you got to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Barkley, by measure, is 15th, which is unbelievable the way he started the year.
Mm-hmm.
Ahmad St. Brown, of course, he's 5th in receiving. So you got somebody who's in the top 8 in rushing, somebody in the top 5 in receiving, and somebody in the top 3 in passing. So that's pretty tough right there. You got on the defensive side, you got Jack Campbell, who's 9th in tackles.
Mm-hmm.
A. Hutchinson is 9th in sacks with 7. But you also got Muhammad, who got 6 sacks. So he's right behind it. They got 2 DNs, pretty damn tough. Derek Barnes, their linebackers, got 4 sacks. You got Kirby Joseph, second in the NFL with 3 picks. And you got Terry and Arnold, who I still don't believe in, but he's got 8 pass defensive, which is he's in the top 10 of passes defended in the NFL. So, and of course, you also have Laporta in the tight end, who's also just a money guy. So you got a lot to deal with on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, I mean, the defense is going to have their hands full, but I think we're good enough to do what we got to do. Here's the crazy thing about it. They're susceptible to shootouts. They don't have a defense where they're shutting teams out. They're only allowing teams to score 10 points or 7 points.
Okay.
They don't. They give up points. But they also can score fast.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I feel more confident that our defense has the ability to stop them before I believe their defense can stop us. Now, I say that with a caveat. All offensive coordinator sucks. All offensive coordinator sucks. So that'll be the only thing that I'm worried about, that we won't have enough drawn up to be able to beat them. They're going to have plenty drawn up against us.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
We're going to have our vanilla offense out there, and we just got to score 24 points.
Yeah, we're going to have to have our defense really step up this time.
We will have to score 24 points. We will have to score 24 points to win this game.
I agree. We're going to have to score a lot of points. Detroit, by the way, is a +6 on turnover ratio. We're a +5. And so it doesn't bother me because the only reason we're +5 and they're +6 is because we don't turn the ball over. But we haven't got a lot of turnovers, which kind of sucks. But we did get 2 from the Packers, Packers were actually the number 1 team, the least amount of turnovers. By getting 2 from them and only 1 from us, we leapfrog them to the least amount of turnovers in the NFL, which is great. All right, so as we come in here on the top of the hour, I guess I need your final score and your final prediction.
Eagles 28, Lions 20.
All right, I have them. I really believe that it's just one of those games that, I just don't have that much confidence, only because I'm with you. I just don't see us creatively planning the offense on a short week.
We could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Right.
I hope I'm wrong. You see what I'm saying?
I hope I'm wrong.
I still feel like our defense can keep us in this game.
Okay.
That's where I am. But here's the crazy thing. Who's to say our offense won't look like it did against the Giants?
Could be. But again, they got a lot of different defense with there because you got Aid Hutchinson. I mean, we took care of Parsons. We could probably take care of him. But
what if Saquon getting off early?
Yeah. So my thing is, I'll say on the record, I really believe that they will lose, but I will be optimistic. I'll turn to my inner J and say Eagles 25-24 on a field goal with 3 seconds left from the 37-yard line.
Hey, man, I'm gonna tell you right now, if we lose this game, we're gonna beat Dallas by 40.
Oh, we'll be pissed. Oh, for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna beat Dallas by 40. So I think
hold on real fast. Does that worry you? That what if we beat Detroit? Not blow them out, but we beat them pretty good. How are we going to get up for the Dallas game?
What? Listen, listen, dude.
Dallas sucks. Their defense.
Did you hear them fans in Green Bay last night? Oh,
Dallas sucked.
Yeah, like that. Every player knows that. Like this, the game you don't lose. I don't give a damn what else is going on. You don't lose against Dallas. So
I think that could be. I think that could be. As much as we have that rivalry, I still think that could be a letdown game because it's at Dallas. I
don't see it, man. Like here's the thing. I know they got a good offense, but their defense is trash. Dude, that joint is trash. Like I know we gonna score a lot of points on that game.
All right. Speaking of, and this is a big hint by, here's your trivia question. Speaking of bad draft picks, that's a big hint for you and the rest of you. Eagles have not returned a punt or kickoff return for a TD since who and what year? Who was the last person to return a punt or kickoff for a touchdown? No cheating. That is incorrect. Jay just sent me something is incorrect. There are Brian Mitchell, by the way, had an 89-yard kickoff return in the fourth quarter of a game in 2000 versus the Vikings. He had 105. He had 2 carries for 105 yards. Mm-hmm. It's very rare that somebody's going to have 2 carries and over 100 yards. So he was one of the Eagles that ever had 2 carries. He had the most yards on the least amount of carries ever in Eagles history. Mm-hmm. He also had an 89-yard kickoff return in that fourth quarter of that game. He's the only player in NFL history with 2 85-yard touchdowns of any kind in the same fourth quarter. That's incredible. The only other players with 2 85-yard touchdowns in their entire career, there is somebody that has 3 85-yard plus touchdowns in their career, and he leads the Eagles in that category. Can you name him?
85 yards.
3 of them. Now there are 3 players that have 2 of those, but there's only 1 player that has 3 85-yard plus touchdowns in their career. So those are your 2 trivia questions. Think about what you can do with that. If you comment on us, that is incorrect. Although I think of him as an excellent choice. So there's your 2 trivia questions for tonight. If you come in, we have brand new merchandise, by the way, on Fly Eagles Fly podcast. We got hoodies, T-shirts. It's amazing. Our producer just showed us. It looks awesome. So go to BroadStreetMisery.com, look at the stuff, but you got to put it in comments on Facebook on those trivia questions. If you get it right, we will send this out to you free of charge. And thanks for watching out. So we are on every platform. We're on X. We're on Apple Tunes, Spotify, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. We're out there. So please follow us. Just click and like. We would love you to. Please follow up. Also, again, answer that trivia question. The first to answer it correctly, we will send you out some merchandise. So tune in every week, Tuesday nights, 9 o'clock. And we talk about the Eagles. We're talking about the NFL. We're talking about a lot of good stuff. And we're here, and we want to hear from you guys as well. We had some people come in tonight with some comments on the side. We appreciate that. As always, follow us on all those platforms. We love you. We'll see you next week. I am Corey Alexander.
I'm J-Bliss.
Yes, you are. And we'll see you every here on Fly Eagles Fly podcast on the Broad Street Misery Network. We love you. We'll see you next week.
Peace.